To the video lecture for pages 50 to 54. In this section, we'll deal with present tense AR verbs. So as we learned earlier, there's three types of verbs in Spanish: ones that end in AR, ones that end in ER, and ones that end in IR. And when a verb has these endings, it's said to be in its infinitive form. That is, there's no subject doing that action. And as we learned before as well, there are regular verbs and irregular verbs. To conjugate regular verbs, or to have a subject do the action, they always follow the same patterns if it's a regular verb. So in this case, estudiar is a regular verb. It ends in AR, so it will follow this same pattern here. If you think of any other AR verb, it'll always follow the same pattern, same ending here. So you can see here, as an example, several AR verbs: estudiar, bailar, trabajar. And so the way to conjugate it is to drop that AR ending. In the case of ER verbs, you drop the ER, IR likewise, and add the appropriate ending depending on the subject. As you can see here, yo always ends in O, tú always ends in AS, usted, ella always ends in A, and so forth here. It'll always follow the same pattern if it's an AR regular verb. So here's a list, some of the common AR verbs. You'll be responsible for knowing all of these here, and they'll all follow the exact same pattern of conjugation here. There's a couple ones I want to highlight here: desear, esperar, and necesitar. In order to use these, they must be followed by an infinitive verb, so one that ends in AR, ER, or IR. So deseo bailar, I desire or I wish to dance. Necesito comer, I need to eat. Espero aprobar la clase de español, I hope to pass Spanish class. So you can see you have the conjugated verb first, and then an infinitive verb following them. So in English, we have three ways to speak about the present, and in Spanish, that's all covered by the present tense. So you can see here in English we say Paco works, Paco is working, Paco does work, all three different tenses in English, and you can say all of those with one simple tense, the present tense here in Spanish. So Paco trabaja, depending on the context, it can mean Paco works, Paco is working right now, or Paco does work. The same, likewise, the present tense can also be used to express future actions, as long as a time period in the future is added afterwards. So if you simply had Marina viaja a Madrid, that means she's traveling to Madrid right now. But if you add mañana, tomorrow, Marina viaja a Madrid mañana, that means she will travel to Madrid tomorrow. So in terms of the homework, pretty straightforward. It'll give you a sentence with a verb, and what you have to do is figure out who the subject is and then conjugate the AR verb to the appropriate subject. So in the first case, we have los turistas. The subject would be ellos, since it's a masculine, los turistas. And viajar is a regular AR verb, so it would be los turistas viajan en autobús. Elena y yo, Elena and I would be we, so the corresponding subject is nosotros. So in this case, the verb is hablar. Nosotros hablamos. So go through that, figure out who the subject is, and then conjugate the verb appropriately. As you can see, the AR is dropped, and then the corresponding ending is added. The AR is dropped on this one, and then the corresponding ending is added. For the second homework, it's pretty straightforward, using yes or no questions. In the first case, ¿estudias ciencias en la universidad? You can either choose to answer it with a yes or a no. You want to answer it with a yes. Remember that it's you answering it, so you would conjugate it into the yo form. So in this case, it would be Sí, estudio ciencias en la universidad. Ahí está. Muy bien. Sí, estudio ciencias en la universidad. If you wanted to have it negative, you would add no, and then repeat this question. So the verb is conversar. We would drop the AR and add the appropriate yo ending. So in this case, it would be no converso mucho con los compañeros de clase. So pretty straightforward. You can pick to answer them all with a sí or all with a no. Depends on what you want. With the last one, we're not going to learn gustar until chapter 3, I believe. So the answer for number 6 is sí me gusta viajar or no me gusta viajar. Don't worry about that. We'll learn about gustar later.